Hello my dear students, welcome back. Today I am here with the third part of the chapter Weather and Climate. Hope all of you have seen the first and second part of this chapter. If you like and understood, don't forget to share your valuable feedback. So today I will share lots of information about this chapter. Be with me as we will also learn today so many things about this chapter, so many more informations. So keep learning, be focused, stay with me, see till the last part. Okay, here first I will tell that in the weather and climate part, all of you have seen that in the first part I have explained about that what is weather and climate, their effects and differentiations. In the second part I have talked about the most important conditions of the weather and climate is that temperature and how we can measure. Today we will discuss that about other conditions that how we can measure. Okay, so first we are going to discuss about air pressure. Air pressure. Most probably you all have heard this term in your daily life. Sometimes you have heard there is low pressure, there is high pressure, like this kind of that information you used to listen through that newspapers, even news channels, radio, television, internet, everywhere through the broadcasting. Weather that also forecast through. Okay, so here what is pressure? First we have to know what is air pressure. So here air pressure is that the weight of air, and the weight of air, it is very light. But if we talk about the air in the atmosphere of the world, it is huge and it pushes down the pressure. Basically the air, it pushes down on the surface of the earth. Even we can see at the sea level the air pressure is 1 kilo or 1 kg per that also square centimeter. At sea level that is 1 kg per square centimeter. Okay, per square centimeter, that is the air pressure. But why do we do not feel this kind of pressure? Because it is balanced by the pressure of our internal body. Basically whatever we are having the body pressures, that maintain the balance with the pressure of the air. That's why we do not feel any kind of pressure. And this pressure we can see with the increase of height it decrease, and with the decrease of height it increase. Mean here when we are going up, the pressure will be low or less. When we will go down, pressure will be high. Why? Because when we are going that higher areas, the density of the different particles and that gases, it will be less. That's why it is having less pressure. And whenever we are going down, it is having more density. That's why the pressure is more. Okay, now this another also case you will get to know nowadays that everywhere there is a broadcasting also message you are getting to listen, that is the low pressure area form in that Bay of Bengal. Where is Bay of Bengal? You all know that if this is the southern part of India, here the eastern side Bay of Bengal there, southern part Indian Ocean, and other western part Arabian Sea. Okay, so here see at the Bay of Bengal, here Orissa, here West Bengal this side, here a low pressure zone is formed due to high temperature, and from this Arabian Sea and other areas the cold wind, it is moving at a high speed towards the low pressure area to fill that area. Okay, so due to that this super cyclone, which is this time it is a concern of today, which is named by Amphan. You might have heard about that. in part of Odisha, West Bengal, broadcasting message is given to them to make them aware to be safe, because due to that super cyclone so many people can die. Even we can say that more than 1,000 people can affect due to that. And here the main term it is using, that is the low pressure zone due to this cyclone forming. Okay, here students, you also have to know how we are getting to know through that weather forecast. And it is very important for us to know everyday's weather forecast to make us safe, even our surrounding, to make them safe. Okay, so here we are talking about air pressure. So another pressure we can see here, low pressure, and other is high pressure, and where it can form high pressure we will first discuss. Okay, see here, it is an area A, another area B. When this A area become very hot, there will form low pressure. Why? Because the surrounding area's air will increase. It means expand. It will warm up, it will move also, or it will rise up, and then the area's low pressure will form. Another areas B, if it is becoming cold, then what will happen? Then cold area there will form high pressure. This high pressure wind always be dense set. Okay, it will be dense set and it will always go downside, and it will move that high pressure area to low pressure area. So this norm, don't forget student, that always high pressure winds move to low pressure wind. Okay, so students, what we have learned, then when the also the weight of the air, it pushes down on the surface of the earth, that is known as air pressure. How we can measure that air pressure? By use of a particular instrument that is known as barometer. We can measure by the use of barometer. What is this? It is a basically a glass tube, and it is filled by mercury. So we can say barometer is a glass tube, that mercury filled glass tube, and which inverted in a mercury filled cup or bowl. And how we can measure the pressure? When the air pressure is changed, it pushes down over that mercury of the cup, and then the mercury of that glass tube, it rise or fall. According to that, we can get to know how the air pressure basically changing. At the sea level, the mercury level or the pressure given 1000. You have to know what is the actual unit used for measuring the air pressure, that is millibar. What is millibar? Millibar is used, this unit used to measure the pressure of the air. And the pressure at the sea level 1013.2 millibar, and which is actually that make the balance of that equivalent form 75 centimeter is equal to 1000 millibar. 75 centimeter is equal to 1000 millibar. Actually the measure it form. According to that, what will be the pressure we can see at different places. But here it is having problem that this glass tube or the barometer, it is little more, that also it means not suitable to carry somewhere. It means we can say it is not portable because it is having mercury liquid. That's why sometimes it is not used, and in that case we use Android barometer. What? Android barometer. We use Android barometer. This barometer, it is having a special characteristic. What kind of? This is kept in a small airtight or air vacuum, that metal box, and this metal box is very sensitive. It is not having any liquid, that's why portable, and due to this sensitivity, this metal, it expands when the temperature increase, and when the temperature decrease, it compress or contract. And this box, it is connected to a pointer. This pointer, when it is moving, it is showing, it is basically moving on a scale, and this scale showing that changes of pressure. Is it clear, students? So how we can measure the air pressure? By the use of that barometer. Now students, we will talk about that wind speed and direction. Wind speed and direction. It is another that conditions of weather and climate. First we have to know what is wind. What is wind? So when the air that moves or blows horizontally, that is known as wind. And how the speed basically differ. I just have said that wind always blow high pressure zone to low pressure zone. Students, see here, this is high pressure and this is low pressure. I just have said always wind blow high pressure to low pressure area. According to that, the speed of the wind also vary. If the pressure difference will be high here, pressure difference will be high here, then the speed also will be high. If the pressure difference will be low here, so speed also will be low. Okay, so here it is clear that within two zone, that what kind of pressure is there forming, according to that the areas, the wind movement will also vary. And how we can get to also measure the wind speed? We can measure the wind speed by the help of anemometer, the instrument. Anemometer, the instrument it used to measure the what? That wind speed. Actually, it is an instrument which is having four cups. Four cups it is having. This cups it is attaching to a rotating shaft on single, that also is thin rods. When the wind will blow, this cups, sometimes it can be three cups also. This cup with the rotating that shaft, it will also be rotated, and then this speed will be measured in that a meter, which is just like the speedometer of the car. Okay, so have a look. So here we have just learned that with the help of that anemometer we can get to or measure that the speed of the wind. Now we have to know the direction of the wind. How we can get to know the direction? By the help of a particular that instrument that is known as wind vane. Vane means tail. Suppose this is on that rods, it is having this kind of tail and it is having a pointer or a that side which is showing the direction of the wind. When the wind is blowing, which side this tail will be there, we will get to know from that side to this pointer side the wind is blowing. Okay, this is the instrument known as wind vane. And here you have to know which direction it is blowing. According to that, the name of the wind given. Suppose the wind is blowing from northeast to southwest. So as it is blowing from northeast, so the name of the wind will be northeast. Okay. Now student, we will get to know about another condition of the weather and climate, that is what? Humidity. You every day are seen in the newspaper, even in the weather forecast, through that televisions, internet. Whenever you search that the weather forecast, you will get to see there will be a point that humidity. So what is humidity? We will get to know. Humidity. See here, humidity means amount of water vapor or moisture present in the air. So amount of water vapor or moisture present in the air. This is known as humidity. Now students, you have to know that we can measure this humidity, or we can get to know about humidity two ways. One is, first is that absolute humidity. Another is number two, relative humidity. Sometimes it is shown by RH. Okay. So what is absolute humidity? The amount of water vapor or moisture present in an unit of air. Again I am telling, amount of moisture or water vapor present a unit of air or volume of air. Okay, that is known as absolute humidity. So this humidity, actually the unit, it is given in cubic meter. Okay, suppose I am saying that 10 gram absolute humidity present in that cubic meter of air, per cubic meter of air. Here it is not showing or not telling us that this unit of air or volume of air, how much moisture it can hold. So here I am writing absolute humidity is telling that the amount of air in that amount of moisture present and unit volume of air. So unit volume. Here in that, suppose 20 gram moisture present per cubic meter. And relative humidity, it gives us the clear that it means concept about the humidity present in the air and how much it can hold. So what is the definition of that relative humidity? It is a ratio. We can say it is a ratio between what? The amount of moisture present in given volume of air at a particular temperature by the amount of moisture it can hold in that same volume of air at the same temperature. So here I am writing, see properly, it is a ratio amount of moisture present in volume of air at a particular temperature by amount of moisture a given volume of air at a particular temperature can hold. Okay, multiply 100. Suppose the amount of moisture present in a given that volume of air is a 20 gram and it can hold 25 gram. Then how we can get that relative humidity? Here you are getting to see that then these also unit will cut and then it will come 80%. We will say the relative humidity of the air is 80%. Is it okay? How we can get to know that? By the use of an instrument that is known as hygrometer. So we can use hygrometer to know the relative humidity. And what is this instrument? This instrument is having two that casual thermometer. One is wet bulb thermometer, another is dry bulb thermometer. These two thermometers work differently. When in that wet bulb thermometer there is a wet piece of cloth, it attached with that. When the relative humidity is very less, then the water of this cloth, it suddenly that become vapor and the temperature change in that wet bulb thermometer. Okay, here it is showing the changing of temperature. Even we can see with the increase of humidity, this also the opposite case we can also get to see. So this is the work of hygrometer. Through that we can get to know about the relative humidity. Is it clear, student? So students, till now we just learned about the different conditions of that weather and climate. First we have learned here that about air pressure, then wind speed and direction, and then we have learned about humidity, how we can measure these different conditions. Okay, so once again see the video, stay with me to know more conditions in the next part of the video.